Case 2 involved Port's Sam Powell-Pepper, who was found to have behaved inappropriately in an incident involving a woman at a nightclub. He couldn't remember what happened. She said he touched her on the bottom. The upshot, again, was a 3-week ban and a carefully worded charge that fell well short of sexual assault, the club having lawyered up and fought hard to have the wording downgraded to something that didn't sound terrible. Port Adelaide's Sam Powell-Pepper was found to have behaved inappropriately at a nightclub. Photo, AAPTHE case against Ross Leone, as Fairfax Media has reported, was settled some time ago. The AFL investigated the matter and was satisfied that there was no breach. The league did not ever name the individual in a story that has been bubbling around for months. As has been reported, the incident involving the coach and a former club employee was a long time ago, several years in fact. But it did not become a matter for the AFL until last year. It is natural to wonder, therefore, why this lay dormant and, indeed, if the existence of the respect and responsibility policy actually served any meaningful purpose for either the woman or Leone. We believe the matter was settled under weir cover. The AFL found that no action was necessary for remarks made by the coach to the employee. If there had not been a financial settlement, 5 figures, we are told, it is difficult to see how this story would have gained any traction, both in the media and in the less rigorous netherworld of social media. Respect and responsibility, which truly sounds like a Jane Austen novel, is under attack by the players, whose association is far from happy with how the Powell-Pepper matter was handled. The AFLPA chief executive Paul Marsh told this columnist, "We don't think the process was very good and that's something we've communicated to the AFL." Powell-Pepper had more QCs acting on his behalf than even James Hird had at the height of the Essendon saga. This is the natural consequence of an accusation that has the potential to cause the player, official serious reputational damage, or could be referred to the police. In this case, the woman did not wish to involve the police and the matter actually came to light via Channel 7's footage. How does any of this compare with the AFL's handling of illicit drugs? Well, the league, seeing how Carlton had drug-tested 2 players who were higher than kites back in 2004, decided to centralize the testing of players and to set up a rehab program. One hope was that, by detecting drug use, it would stave off more serious problems. All that was fine and even commendable, if you don't take the cynic's view that the whole drug testing was an exercise in brand protection. The AFL had also sought to sidestep the WADA Code's treatment of illicit drugs with its own drug regime. But before long, drugs were pushing the game off the front and back pages, as we wanted to know which players had problems, which clubs had cultural issues, like West Coast's, and how many players were using cocaine, at all. The R&R policy, too, is a case of the AFL taking control of an issue that was formerly the domain of clubs, who, to their shame, once did pay hush money to women who had complained of assaults, to stave off exposure and/or police. The policy states, as one of the reasons for its existence, that AFL clubs may be perceived to be or actually be found to have a conflict of interest in dealing with accusations against one of their club members or officials. Maybe, in this Me Too era, the AFL had no choice but to create this kind of protocol, to take over the incidents and became investigator, judge and jury. But, as it did with drugs, it has drawn attention to an underbelly, and the public now expects the AFL, rather than just the law, to decide what should happen. It is a public relations battle that can't be won, regardless of the merit.